Hello everyone, this is Roxas1359. Welcome back to Let's Play Ape Escape Pumped and Primed. Without further ado, I think it's time we start ourselves a brand new game, which is going to take us quite a little while. So, let's go into slot 1, where you will see I have a practice file of 9 hours and 26 minutes. Don't worry, this project will not be taking that long.
Amazing. Can you believe this is actually a virtual world?
Amazing. So this is where the tournament with the high-tech machines is going to start.
Yeah, and we're gonna win it with our gadgets.
That's right. And since it's a virtual world, you don't have to worry about getting injured.
Oh, right. I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna win this tournament with my gadgets.
Anybody could win this.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for waiting. Last year's tournament winner, Helga, will now return the trophy.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely gonna win it.
Helga, as our returning champion, how do you plan to defend your title for a second straight year?
What are those things?
Huh? What the heck are these monkeys doing here?
Ow! Hey, are you guys gonna be in the tournament too?
I'm back. Hello, everyone. Excuse me, anyone? Are you planning on joining the tournament? The tournament will begin soon!
So many questions, so many familiar characters. It's great to be back, but welcome to the main hub of the virtual world that we are in for Ape Escape Pumped and Primed. Yes, the tournament takes place in a virtual world. Keep that in mind for plot important events later in the story. But we have different modes here. We have story mode, versus mode, character edit, progress select, help, and options. Options are pretty self-explanatory. You can change the music volume and what type of stereo or mono sound you want. Help will get you into the controls of the game, which I'll be going over soon enough. Progress select allows you to select different files for you to either load or save data to, so then you can replay certain events of the story mode and have the cutscenes play again, although most cutscenes will replay themselves if you choose a certain event. Versus mode is the multiplayer in this game. There are actually 2 unlockable characters that you can get inside versus mode that I will get into later. Story mode is pretty self-explanatory. It is what we will be doing for this project. And finally, we have character edit. Character edit is something that I need to go over a little bit. What you can do is you can select one of the 8 characters that you can play as, and you can use them in the story mode. And with character edit, you can edit their gadgets, you can edit their special abilities, you can edit their appearance. Now, how will we be getting gadgets, summons, and different costumes for our characters? Well, we can unlock them through story mode, which we'll be going over in a bit. But pretty much that takes care of everything that's on this menu right here. The music for this game, I should actually mention right now before we begin, is actually done by Soichi Terada again, unlike how Ape Escape 2 was done by someone else who was not Soichi Terada. But without further ado, let's go into the story mode. So where we can enter, this is where you can have up to 2 people. We will load our character. We have Cassie, the professor, Spike, and we'll be starting with Spike for this one. So yes, we have the return of Spike in Ape Escape again, which is always good. So, welcome to Stunt Club 1, defeat all rivals. So, what we have to do is use the Stun Club to defeat all rivals, which is everybody battles against each other in this stage. If you're the last one to survive the stage, you'll get first place. First place allows you to get different points. There are points that are awarded to you based on how well you do. First place will get you 1,000 points. Second place will get you 750. Third place, I believe, will get you 600. And I believe fourth place will earn you a whopping 300 points. We have a clear point total that we have to get in order to be able to continue with the game. So for this one, for the first round of the tournament, we have to get 2,700 points. So 2 first places and 1 second place will be good. But what are the controls of this game? Use the left analog stick to move around. Use the R1 button to jump. You can double jump with some characters. For example, Spike is able to double jump. The Professor, however, who is also in this match, can only jump 1 time, but the Professor has some other quirks to him that I'll get into later on. If you end up using the right analog stick, you will use your gadgets, just like how it is in traditional Ape Escape fashion. So in this case, we can use our Stun Club, which is the only thing that we have equipped right now. We have other gadgets that we will be getting later on, and soon we'll be able to do summons, but summons won't be done for a while. So who are the people that we're going up against? Well, obviously we have the Professor, the person who developed all these gadgets in the first place for us. We have the Team Monkey, which are Spectre's monkeys, actually, because there are 2 monkeys in this game. There's regular monkey, and then there is Team Monkey. Team Monkey are Spectre's monkeys. Regular monkey is just a monkey on his own. And then we have the Pippatrons. What are the Pippatrons? We'll get into the Pippatrons later on. For those who've played Ape Escape 3, you know what the Pippatrons are, but not exactly their story. But there we go. That's first place, and you might have noticed that we got ourselves a little monkey icon, a letter, and we ended up getting ourselves a present. That is how we unlock different things for our characters. But first things first, you need to collect coins in the stage. The one who collects the most coins will be in first place. If you are left behind and move out of the screen, you will take damage. If you lose all your health inside this one, you pretty much lose and automatically get fourth place. So don't lose. Pretty much the coins are all going to be scattered around. Just go and pick them up. You can damage other enemies through icons such as the banana peels, which trip them up. The fireball icon, which will make your body full of flame and allow you to damage other enemies, or a lightning cloud, which if you grab it, it will strike all the other opponents if they're standing still and will cause damage as well as cause them to lose coins. The coin values are, the small coins are 1, the blue coins are 5, and the red coins are 10, just to make things a little bit easier. So, now we're going against another one of the Pippatrons and another one of the monkeys. You might notice that these two have changed their colors. Now we have Pippatron Blue and a Blue Pant Monkey. The reason for this is they are team-based. Team-based is pretty much what only applies to the Pippatrons and Team Monkey. What it means is that you can't use the same Pippatron or Monkey in the same tournament one right after another. You have to switch around. Team Monkey has a total of 5 different monkeys to use. Each of them have their own strengths and weaknesses, while the Pippatrons only have 3, and all of them have their strengths and weaknesses. For example, Blue Pippatron here is actually faster than other characters in the game. He's good with a dash hoop, or he's good with the Sky Flyer, so that makes him a lot easier. With Blue Pant Monkey, I believe that is the same thing. He is good with the jetpack, which is literally just a rocket tied to his back, which I love. They put a lot of detail in this game that I have to admit is very charming. Now, what about that present we ended up getting earlier? That present is an item that Spike can equip. It will either be a gadget, a hidden tape, a new costume, or it could be, okay, let me try and remember. I'm trying to remember everything off the top of my head. Gadget, costume, hidden tape. Yeah, that's pretty much it. You unlock those by meeting special requirements inside of the challenges that you end up facing. If you end up beating the challenge in a certain time, then you will unlock different things. For example, if you end up getting first place, you will automatically get the first icon, which is a monkey fan. If you beat it in a certain time or get a certain amount of coins, like in this case, you will end up getting yourself a monkey fan mail. And finally, if you end up getting it in the fastest time possible that it allows, then you will get yourselves a present from that monkey, which can range from a summon, a costume, a new gadget, which for gadgets, everything in this game can be a gadget, I think, except the tanks. I think the tanks are the only thing that you will not get alternate ones of. But now we have to deal with slingshots. Grab these pellets that are around here and they will explode, causing more damage to enemies than normal. If you hit the L2 button, you can go into first person mode. That's also going to be your only camera control in this game, which is my biggest gripe with this game so far, is that the camera could be a lot better. You have to quickly double tap to straighten the camera around you, which is rather irritating to say the least. So, let's deal with that. Let's take out the professor first, even though he's the whole reason why we have gadgets in the first place. Yeah. Aren't we just the best of friends? Now, the thing about the professor that I ended up mentioning earlier is that he has only one jump. He's the only character in the game that has one jump. Well, that seems kind of weak and puts him at a disadvantage. It does. The professor is one of the harder characters to use in the game. However, his recovery with the sky flyer, or dragonflies as this game calls it, is absolutely ludicrous. He has the best recovery in terms of flight in the game, and he has a special move that can be used with his stun club that deals a lot of damage. But there we go. That takes care of everything in the first round. And we beat it fast enough, so we got the present. The times for this one, I believe, is 1 minute and 30 seconds. So that takes care of that one, which means we have one last thing to do. And it's boats! Boats are probably the worst control aspect in the game. Everybody races against each other in this stage. If you reach the goal first, you'll get first place. Alright, that seems simple enough. Until we get into the controls. Remember how Ape Escape 1 and 2 had boats that used both analog sticks that you only had to push forward on and then it would work? Well, in this one, you have to rotate both analog sticks in tandem with one another in order to use the boats properly. I'm making it look a lot simpler than it is. When I was a child, I could not do these for the life of me. This was one of the worst aspects of the game, and I still think to this day, after all these years, this is still one of the worst aspects of the game, is the boat racing. Pretty much grab the arrow icons to gain a boost of speed, gain the black pellets in order to be able to fire if you hit down on the, I believe in this case it functions the same as tank controls, which would be the R1, R2, or L1 and L2 button. Or you can hit the L3 or R3 buttons in order to fire forward. If you grab the red pellets, they will attack the first place person, so don't grab those if you're in first place. And that's pretty much it. So, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That takes care of the first round. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end it off right here. This has been Roxas1359. Next time, we're going to be continuing with the tournament with the first round, second matches. See you guys next time.